So take 303 of doing this recording. I messed it up pretty bad. But welcome, ladies and gentlemen, one and all, to a Pokemon Showdown replay. And in this one, I'm going to be talking about how to deal with tournament nerves. And I have a tournament coming up, if you didn't know. In about a month, I'm going to be going to one in Philadelphia. If you're coming, then awesome. That's fantastic. But pretty much, I'm just going to be talking about here how to deal with tournament nerves, excuse me, and how this battle relates. Basically, in this battle, there were this guy had Lord in his name for one, and for two, he had a pretty hoary team. I think I've seen this team around before. It might be an RMT, and he had a fan club. He had a bunch of people watching him. So it's like, hey, it would be nice to win this battle. And I think we've all been in that situation where they have a bunch of people watching them, and they're all talking shit, and it's always phenomenal. Like it's great to beat them. And now I do switch in my Tran here, expecting to double to Pharaoh, but that doesn't really go well. I mean, it does because I get Flash Fire, but you know. And I'm gonna switch back into Shaman because I feel like it's my most expendable. Well, really, just because I don't care how low it gets, because I just want the Scarf Healing Wish. I feel like that could become, or that could come in handy later on. And here, I don't want to double back to it because, like, I don't know. I was trying to bluff HP Fire, and so, since I thought he might be scared out from the HP Fire, going to my Scizor, hoping he'd go into something like his Latios or his or Latios rather, or his Altaria. But basically, the thing with just can't talk. Tournament nerves is really when you're in a high pressure situation, when you have a lot on your shoulders, when you have um a lot is riding on, be it one game or a series, and you have to perform. Really, your heart's going to be beaten. You might be sweating, and you might have a loss of appetite. That's one sign. I know I do whenever that kind of stuff happens. But you'll generally know when you have those kinds of tournament nerves on you. And a lot of people worry. A lot of people play suboptimally. It's just not an enjoyable experience because you don't make the plays you normally make. And really, the advice that I have for you is just to play your game. Just don't let any of the tournament nerves affect you. And I know that's kind of hard. That's not really saying anything. But just know there's a reason you're in the position you are, be it in a, let's say, finals of a tournament, or I don't know, whatever round it may be. And there's a reason you're there. And really, all you can do is, I'll look at the nice Seed Flare predicting T-Tar there. Because he thought I had HP Fire. I don't have HP Fire. He thought I did. And now he just goes into Excadrill and gonna Earth Power because Bullet Punch kills after that regardless. But really, just play your game. There's not more to it. That's all it is. Just do what got you there in the first place. And to be honest with you, just have an ego. Really, that's a lot of it. You need to be confident in yourself. If you don't think you are the best, you're not going to be the best, and that's something uh, I really do believe that that's true. If you don't think that you have the ability to beat everyone that you play, I don't think you will. I think really you do need this kind of, you can call it delusional confidence. In some cases, it is delusional confidence. In other cases, really a lot of good players do have egos, and for a reason. You know, like there's a reason a lot of good players have egos is because they've done notable things. But really, you do have to think like you have to go into each match thinking you're gonna win or you're not gonna win. That confidence is huge because when you think you're gonna lose, and everyone will tell you this, when you think you lost and you just start like, there's a lot of times, even if it's just like subconsciously and you don't really realize you're doing it, you're just kind of like upset at the game. You're clicking moves that don't really make sense. And I wouldn't call it like on tilt. Like that's something that's a little different. In this case, it's just like it's not as much upset, just more of a being demoralized really and not clicking the best moves. And that's what happens if you go into a game like, hey, or even like the first couple turns, like, hey, it's turn 5. I have a feeling I lost. If you think like, hey, I'm gonna lose, and you don't, and you just kind of give up from there, you're not gonna win. If you just don't make the right plays, you have to play as if you have to play like you're at a disadvantage, so you have to make better plays. That's only if you are down, obviously. But from the get-go, if you really know what you're doing, if you have confidence that you're going to win, more likely than not, if you're more confident, you're going to win because they're going to be making their basic bitch plays, and you're going to be making game-winning plays. See, that's the difference. And I get the nice double will-o-wisp miss here on the Altaria. Also, I don't know if you caught that. I'm a 264 speed Heatran, and his Excadrill outsped me, which means he has probably just 252, 252, just a two basic spread. I think you can run bulk on Sandrush Exca. But either way, I'm just gonna switch in my Dragonite here to make sure he's Life Orb and not Trick Scarf, because that's the only way I can lose at this point if it is Trick Scarf Latios. So I'm just gonna sack off my D-Knight because it's pointless for me anyway. I don't need it, and I will be able to take out the Ferrothorn from there as it dies to Wisp plus Nightshade. And he goes back in his Latios, and he's just gonna go for some Spadef drops, and he doesn't get any, fortunately. And I'll be able to just roost off the damage, and there's no way he can win this game now because I do have the Mega Scizor in the back to Bullet Punch kill both his Latios and his Altaria. Actually, I don't think it'll kill his Altaria, but there's no way you can get past his Mew anyway. So if you enjoyed, make sure you leave a thumb up, give it a thumb up the butt, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.